Morning. Well, it's Friday the 8th of October 2021. It's rather misty at the moment, but I think it's starting to clear. But I'm aiming for that. That is Parkhouse Hill. I'm absolutely boiling already. I think I'm just going to have to change a minute. It's better. I continued with my climb up Parkhouse Hill, which was steep and slippery at times, and I almost had to scramble over the rocks in places. Eventually, I reached the 1,180-foot summit. Well, it's a pity about the mist, but I still feel like I'm on top of the world here. Wow. You certainly have to tread carefully when you're up here. Especially after recent drizzle when the rock gets damp. It's very slippery, so yeah, you really do need to take care up here. But it's been worth coming up here. Wow, look at this. Can just about make out some views in this mist. Well, this is my first time onto Parkhouse Hill. As I say, I've been past it many times, round the foot of it, but I'd never climbed onto it before, so this is a real first for me, and what an experience. It's lovely. Well, whilst I'm up here, I'd like to say hello to Roy Taylor. Hi Roy, hope you're well. Now, I met Roy a couple of weeks ago. He's local to where I live. I was out for a drink with my friend last Saturday evening, well, a couple of Saturdays ago, in one of my local pubs. And whilst I was sat there with my friend, Roy came over and approached me and said, I've been watching some of your films and I've enjoyed them, he said, so thanks Roy. Nice for you to say that. As I've said before, it's nice to be recognised, and it's nice that people come and say hello. It's always much appreciated. So yeah, wow. Hello to Roy from the top of Parkhouse Hill. The small but distinctive Parkhouse Hill is a limestone reef knoll, which is believed to have existed during the Carboniferous period, when what is now the Peak District was covered by a tropical sea. For many years, access to Parkhouse Hill was difficult, as there was no right-of-way to the summit. Access is now possible under the Countryside and Rights-of-Way Act of 2000, as the hill is a designated access area. Okay, well now it's time to go back down. And the question is, do I carry on going this way, or do I go back the way I came? Because I'm thinking I might have to go back that way. I've just passed a couple of people, and they came up this way, and they said, which way are you going down? I said, the way you've come up. And their words were, I wouldn't if I were you. So we'll see. I'm just going to go and have a look, so I may decide to turn back. We'll see. Oh my God. That does look scary. It's only a short way down, but even so, I've got to seriously think about this. I decided to give the steep descent a go, but the added danger was the rocks, which was slippery. However, I took my steps very carefully and slowly. Well, I'm committed now, but I think that's probably the worst bit. But on the positive side, the sun is clearing the mist, so I'm now beginning to see much better views now, and I can see Chrome Hill very clearly now. You really do have to scramble down in places. In some ways, my tripod for my camera is very useful. But you really do have to watch your step here. I probably haven't been very sensible coming down this way, but I saw a guy in front of me come this way, so I thought, well, if he can do it, so can I. And I have been very careful. But I'll be honest with you, it is not safe. Well, I am now down, at last. That was very enjoyable indeed, but yeah, that route coming down Parkhouse Hill, yeah, that was pretty unsafe, if I'm honest, and I probably wasn't very wise not taking those people's advice when they said I wouldn't if I were you, but there you go, I did it. I assessed the situation when I started to come down, and I thought, well, if I take my time and I'm careful, which I was, I can do it, and it was fine. But yeah, one wrong footing. Need I say more? But at least I can say I've done Parkhouse Hill now. After all these years of visiting the base of Parkhouse Hill or seeing it from a distance, I've actually now climbed it, so I'm really pleased about that. Okay, onward. Now I've got to climb hill number 2, Chrome Hill. Chrome Hill is the larger of the two hills, so the climb was longer but less steep. I still had to watch my step at times though. However, now that the mist had gone, my views, especially looking back to Parkhouse Hill, were nothing but spectacular. Finally, after my long but very enjoyable ascent, I reached the 1,394 foot summit, which seemed a great spot to stop for lunch. Here I am finally on the top of Chrome Hill, and like all the climbs I do, wasn't it worth it? Ah, fantastic. Wow, absolutely fantastic. Well, today's walk is only just over 4 miles. Now, there was a reason why I made it a short walk, because I've done the hardest bit now, so technically the rest of it should be fairly easy in comparison. And I've spent nearly 4 hours now already doing this part of the walk, so hey ho, but it's been lovely. Now that all the mist has cleared, I mean, look at these views.
Now, Audrey, did you carry your own lunch up here? Did you carry your own lunch?
No, she doesn't. You come over all the bumps, it's technically a grade 1 scramble. Come here, you've got your own. Sit down over there.
Well, I've had my lunch, so I'm going to carry on with the walk now. But whilst I was having my lunch, I met Dave and Jill from Wolverhampton. So lovely to meet you both. Dave very nicely came over to me and he said, I've seen your videos, he said. So thanks for stopping to say hello, both of you. Dave and Jill have come up here for the day, just to do a walk around Parkhouse and Chrome Hill. And I said to them, are you staying in the Peak District for the week? And they said, oh, no, we've just come up here for the day. So, but they said it's not actually that far to drive from Wolverhampton, so I suppose it isn't really. So yeah, always forget that the Peak District is really handy for a lot of places in the UK, because it is very centrally based in the country. But yeah, lovely to meet you both, Dave and Jill from Wolverhampton. Well, that was Chrome Hill, that was wonderful. Okay, I'm going to climb down the other side now. Lovely. As with Parkhouse Hill, Chrome Hill was declared open access land under the Countryside and Rights of Way Act of 2000. Commonly known as the Dragon's Back, the rugged curve of Chrome Hill is said to resemble the plates along the spine of a stegosaurus. The two hills are designated a site of special scientific interest by reason due to the wide range of limestone flora found here, including the rare Jacob's Ladder plant. Well, I'm down from Chrome Hill now. That was lovely, really lovely. It's funny because even though Chrome Hill is a lot bigger than Parkhouse Hill, it's a lot easier to actually climb up and down. I mean, there are some bits where, when I was coming down this side, you know, it was a bit rocky and it could be slippery, but it wasn't as dangerous as Parkhouse Hill, let me tell you that. But either way, they were both lovely hills to climb and I have no regrets doing them at all today. Right, well, I'm going to carry on now then. My way went northwestwards as I followed the concessionary path to Tor Rock. You can see why they call it the Dragon's Back. Very appropriately named, I think. Beyond Tor Rock, I turned right along a track near Stoop Farm, soon reaching a quiet country lane. Following the lane eastwards, I was making for Doweldale. I'm now leaving Doweldale. I'm taking this path here. There's another climb for me to do, but I think this should be the last climb of today's walk. Climbing steeply out of Doweldale, the path gradually descended again as it crossed a couple of fields towards another quiet lane. I'm nearly at the end of the walk now. I'm just approaching Earl Sterndale, which is where I've parked my car. Beautiful village in which to start and end my walk. But I have to say, today's walk, despite only being just over 4 miles, has been one of the most challenging walks I've done for a very long time, purely because of Chrome Hill and Parkhouse Hill. They are tough, I'm not going to lie there, but as I say, I am so glad I've done them. They are beautiful hills to climb. I would recommend anybody coming up to Chrome Hill and Parkhouse Hill. But yeah, as I said earlier, Parkhouse Hill in particular, it can be dangerous, so that's why it's a challenge. So for me, yeah, I think 4 miles has been a good length of walk to do today for me, because it has been tough doing those hills. But as I say, I've got no regrets whatsoever, no regrets at all, and I'd do it again. The lane met a crossroads at the B5053, where I went straight on to take the lane opposite, signposted to Earl Sterndale. The pretty village of Earl Sterndale is a popular base for walkers, lying in the foothills of Parkhouse and Chrome Hills, as well as nearby High Wealden. The village church of St Michael's and All Angels was built in 1828 on the site of an ancient chapel from the 14th century. It was badly damaged in 1941, the only church in Derbyshire to have been struck by a German bomb in the Second World War. It was restored in 1952, along with its Saxon font. Earl Sterndale today is a busy, friendly community, with a thriving school, as well as a lot of holiday accommodation. The village is famous for its traditional pub, the Quiet Woman. The sign is believed to represent the wife of a former landlord who had her head cut off to stop her nagging him. The pub is over 400 years old and full of character, with original beams and an open fire. Sadly, the Quiet Woman's closed until further notice. Hope it does reopen sometime. It was a lovely pub. Small inside, but it was a lovely, lovely little cosy pub. Yeah. Remember coming here a few times. Again, one of my ale minibus trips I came here. I came here and maybe you could have a pork pie or something with your beer. It was lovely. Yeah. Smashing pub it was, so yeah. I do hope it reopens sometime. So that's it. The day's ended, time for me to go home. Now, sometimes at the end of the day of filming, I do say I'm going to have a quick half. Obviously I can't in the Quiet Woman because it's closed. But when I do say that at the end of a filming day, in most cases I don't actually do it. I might say I'll go and have a quick half somewhere, but more often than not, I don't do it. It's because it always sounds like a good idea at the time, but by the time I finish filming at the end of a long day, all I want to do is just get back home. So, sometimes I'll go for a drink. I have done a few times, but in most cases it doesn't happen. But there you go. But no, I am going to go straight home now, so it's only about half an hour's drive, and it's been another lovely day. A really nice walk today. Challenging, but can't fault it. I'd do it again, as I said before.